that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro, like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody knew him, in amateurs.
One thing I can say, though, because, I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Tio can fight.
Tio can fight.
The boxing world was rocked after leaked sparring footage appeared to show Keyshawn Davis knocking down Shakur Stevenson. The clip immediately sparked debate, highlighting Davis's sharp timing and skill while also underscoring just how intense elite-level training sessions can be. Davis later commented on Teofimo Lopez as well, acknowledging him as a talented and dangerous fighter. Having seen both Stevenson and Lopez dating back to their amateur days, Davis suggested that while raw talent exists on all sides, preparation, speed, and strategy are ultimately what decide who rises to the top in the ring.
Against Shakur playing out, because you want me to tell you the truth, like, this fight could have been the winner's bracket fight. In other words, they're jumping to it, but at the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Tio is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that.
Keyshawn Davis reflected on his sparring session with Shakur Stevenson, making it clear there were no personal feelings involved, only competition. He explained that once the action started, he struggled to land clean shots while Stevenson's counters were consistently sharp and accurate. Despite the difficulty, Davis kept pushing forward, understanding that easing up could put him at a disadvantage. The experience reinforced his respect for Stevenson's abilities and highlighted the importance of persistence, focus, and mental toughness inside the ring.
Boom, sparring day come. I'm confident. I'm knowing I'm about to go in here and beat him up, right? Man, I get in the ring, man. Why I cannot hit this man, right? I cannot hit him, but he touching me. So I was like, oh, this is different.
He different.
Like, he different. So I just keep, I'm 14, he's 16. I just keep going, I just keep going. So some getting through, some not, some getting through, some getting not. And I felt as if I was to step off the gas pedal, he was gonna get me. So I just had to keep going, you feel me? And I know he explained that a lot of times in interviews, like that's why he respect me so much, because in that sparring right there, I didn't respect him at all. I was just trying to F him up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro, like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Shakur Stevenson has been locked in throughout his training camp, displaying exceptional focus and discipline. Each session is approached with purpose as he refines his technique, sharpens his speed, and builds endurance. Beyond the physical work, Stevenson is deeply invested in mental preparation, studying opponents, breaking down strategies, and visualizing multiple fight scenarios. His camp centers on consistency, precision, and constant improvement. With this level of dedication, Stevenson aims to step into the ring fully prepared, confident, and ready to execute his game plan at the highest level.
Discipline, time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. Why I keep saying I'm the best. Niggas don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this shit so bad. So bad. Shit easy, gang.
Easy, man.
Easy.
Always easy, man.
You already know.
Always easy, man.
It's supposed to be a sprint.
Let's go.
This ain't no sprint.
No, it's a job. Let's go. We ready.
Keyshawn Davis spoke about his long-standing relationship with Shakur Stevenson, describing him as more than just a fellow fighter, as a brother. From early on, their bond extended beyond the ring, even as a competitive rivalry naturally developed. That rivalry pushed both fighters to improve and challenge each other throughout their careers. Davis emphasized that their competition was always grounded in mutual respect and a shared drive to reach the pinnacle of boxing, helping shape both athletes into the fighters they are today.
It's family, bro. Like, I'm never, ever fighting Shakur, you know what I'm saying? I'm not it's not even gonna feel right.
What were some of the experiences like with you guys growing up like as young men and young teenagers in Virginia? Like what's some of those things that shaped you to know like he's my brother, man, I could never do that?
Yeah, the moment when I was like, all right, yeah, Shakur, I genuinely actually got real love for you was when I was going through my deep depression times. Even before I was going into the mental home, I used to tell my brother a lot, but then I started like backing off from my little brother because he was my little brother. I started talking to Shakur a lot about like how I was feeling and how I was thinking and what I was doing to myself. And Shakur was just giving me advice that I really like take in and like, damn, okay, I got you and stuff like that. And then I end up going to the mental home and, you know, like he calling me in there, checking up on me and stuff like that. I get out of the mental home, he pulling up on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I get back in the gym, making sure I continue to do what I love. So he was there.
Appearing on the Ariel Helwani show, Shakur Stevenson addressed his upcoming showdown with Teofimo Lopez. Confident and composed, Stevenson dismissed doubts about his readiness and stated that Lopez has never faced a fighter like him. He emphasized that his combination of speed, intelligence, and adaptability will present challenges Lopez has not encountered before. Stevenson made it clear that he is focused on preparation rather than hype, showing a mindset centered on execution and excellence. He also stressed that he has no intention of abandoning his style to satisfy expectations or engage in unnecessary exchanges. Instead, Stevenson plans to control distance, timing, and pace, using his boxing IQ to dictate the fight. By staying calm and strategic, he believes he can expose openings and manage the bout from start to finish, an approach that reflects his maturity and reputation as one of boxing's most cerebral young talents.
It's cool. I mean, that's their opinion. Like, you know, they could say that. But I know he never fought nobody on my level. Like, I'm 1,000,000% sure that Tio has never seen nobody as good as me in his life.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terrence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. Bud is too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terrence?
I'm not gonna say he's on a Terrence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things with him that puts him at a high level.
One thing that was interesting to me was it seemed like you were going to move on from Matchroom, but now Eddie Hearn is involved in this, and this is a Matchroom event. It seems like, I know it's a ring card too, but he's promoting it here in the United States. So what is the state of your relationship with Eddie and Matchroom at this point?
Eddie's my guy. I'm actually not signed to Matchroom, but he's my guy. I'm a big fan of Eddie Hearn, and nothing but respect to him. But I'm glad he's the promoter that's on this card. I'm glad to share the spotlight with his promotional company.
So if he's your guy, how come you're not signed to Matchroom?
I mean, it's just business. If it makes sense, then I will. You know, if it come down to it and that's what makes sense, then we'll do it. But right now, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, so are you just more of like your own man at this point? Your own entity?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you negotiate with the ring people, with Turkey? You just do that yourself?
No, me and my manager, Jay Print.
Bozy Ennis, a respected boxing analyst, shared his assessment of the Stevenson-Lopez matchup and issued a clear warning to Lopez. Ennis emphasized that underestimating Shakur Stevenson would be a serious mistake. He explained that Stevenson's speed is not just physical, it's a strategic weapon that allows him to control exchanges, evade danger, and land precise counters. According to Ennis, fighters who rely too heavily on power without respecting timing and movement often struggle against Stevenson's style. The combination of intelligence and speed, he said, makes Stevenson a uniquely dangerous opponent.
Pick them apart. And I gotta tell everybody that Whichcomb is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all that. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there, you know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Tio got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Boots, he box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then it all according how Till come in. If Till come at him, you know what I mean, he's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's
That
it.
that power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. You know, not them guys, muscle bound guys come in and you're talking about, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming.
Veteran boxing journalist Dan Raphael weighed in by highlighting the elite skill sets of both fighters. He described the matchup as a classic contrast in styles. Stevenson's technical precision and defensive mastery versus Lopez's explosive power and ability to change a fight with a single punch. Raphael noted that this clash of strengths makes the fight especially compelling, as each boxer possesses tools that could determine the outcome depending on how the contest unfolds.
Teofimo has been a bona fide world champion in 2 divisions. He was the champion at lightweight, had most of the belts, defeated Lomachenko. He did suffer the upset loss to Kambosos. There were some physical issues there that we didn't know about going into the fight, not to make excuses for him. But regardless, he came back and even though maybe he didn't shine and scintillate maybe in some of those fights after that, when it came time to step up and take on the champ, which was Josh Taylor, he shined in that fight. So when Teofimo is matched, in a big time opponent, he's delivered, and he's done it, a number of times. And, he looked really good against Taylor. And Shakur, by the way, similar thing. He's been flawless through his career. He maybe not the most exciting at times, but Shakur Stevenson gets the job done. He has won titles from featherweight up to lightweight. When his back was against the wall, quote unquote, and everybody had big expectations, and he had a lot of pressure on him not to make it a boring fight and all that kind of business. What did he do in his last fight against William Zepeda? He stood in the pocket, and he fought the guy, and he won handily. He shut him out, basically. He won like 10 rounds to 2. I mean, he fought a unification fight against Oscar Valdez, a fighter that, even though he might have been favored, thought maybe Oscar could do some damage because he was a good puncher and had a great amateur background and a great chin and all those types of things. And he went out there and he routed him also. I mean, so, these are 2 of the best young elite fighters in boxing. And their fight has been talked about for a long time. They spent most of their careers together at Top Rank, which is a fight. If you ever ask Bob Arum, he'll tell you that was a fight that Top Rank, down the road had their eye on at some point when they were going to be, closer in weight to each other. Because obviously Teofimo had started off, a little bit heavier than Shakur, but they would eventually catch up to each other. They're both Olympians, by the way. Teofimo he's American, but he fought for his parents' country of Honduras in that same Olympic Games. It was Shakur Stevenson winning a silver medal for the United States. I mean, they have all kinds of accomplishment. I do think they have a healthy respect for each other. They know each other for all the years being at Top Rank events together. They fought on the same undercard twice when the main event was Terrence Crawford, who was obviously very close to Shakur, but Teofimo was on those shows also. So, and they're doing it in the right place. This is not a fight they're taking to a place that doesn't make sense. All respect to the big matches they do in Saudi Arabia, but this is the kind of fight that belonged in America, and it didn't belong in Las Vegas. It belongs in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Teofimo is from Brooklyn. Shakur is from Newark, New Jersey, which is a 5-minute train ride from Midtown Manhattan. I mean, it's got everything you want to see. The Garden hasn't had a lot of big fights in the main arena over the last few years. The last one they had was the 3rd fight between Katie Taylor and Serrano. But before that, it'd been, a couple years, I think, since they had a main arena fight. So